Alright, here we go. I am back for, let's see, we are now, I'm starting to lose track of how many parts we got here. Just check the git log real quick. We are now on video 15. I didn't upload last night's video just yet, but that should be coming shortly. And then also last night I realized that my Twitch stream was, the information wasn't updated on it. It was still set to the Witcher 3 title, category, you name it, and I'm sorry if I missed you guys yesterday, all the potential people. But there's always YouTube. Feel free to go to the YouTube link below this video, and you'll be able to see on the playlist that, or you'll be able to see the series. With that said, I'm just going to jump right in. Okay, so yesterday where I left off, I had an interesting little bug going on here, where I was finally able to get a message to print out, but only one. So here's that. Yeah, so it'll do the first one all right, but then it kind of just stops after that. So I need to figure out why it's stopping after that, because everything up to this point seems a-okay. So I just need to figure that out. So let me go ahead and try to figure that out, I guess. Okay, so we know it happens once, but I wonder if we're returning null quite a bit. So let's go ahead and throw a breakpoint in here, or go right here, and we'll see how often this kind of screws up. No, I think this is fine. I'm just going to remove that breakpoint. Alright, so let's see here. Okay. Parser current token. Where is that at? Current token. EOF. Alright, there should be no messages at this point, so let's go ahead and continue. No messages, let's continue. Let's see if there's any message. No messages, continue. Oh, first message. So let's go to the debugger. Alright, so we have our token letter, our state, because that's where it ended at, and the value was n. Which, that doesn't seem right. Oh, that must be the next one in line. Okay, so the current state is parser state done. So when we get to the next one, it should reset that state and then continue on. But because we don't have a prefix at this point anymore, it should try to keep going, all the way through to hopefully the next line that comes in. Hopefully that has a prefix. So why don't I go ahead and skip down to, let's go ahead and continue. So I know that in this current state, we're on the letter N, and we're in done, so it's going to try to go to the next one. So let's see what the next one. So it's going to keep going through here, staying at N for all eternity, which tells me that it is not progressing, and that's precisely why we're running into issues. Okay. Why is it always staying at N? I think the problem is because even though I get down to this part right here, I'm not progressing it. So that's actually probably the obvious answer here. We'll just go ahead and just move on. I think, well, so the problem is that when it gets into the handle, since it's not a colon, we're going to go ahead and try to make it go to the next state and then finish out. But the next states, when they keep going through this endless loop here, but it never progresses the actual buffer. I don't know why I didn't see that last night. It's funny what a good night's sleep and a long day of doing testing will do to you. I had a lot of, I was testing this uploading or spreadsheet parser thing at work today. So that's what I got to do today. Anyway, I need to progress the token, but the problem is I don't want to do anything with the token. I don't want to allocate it. I mean, I guess I could always deallocate it and after the fact here. I might try that, but I wonder if that's going to... Well, the problem is eating the token. Oh, no. I'll just ignore the whole e-token nonsense for right now and just go ahead and IRC parser, no... What did I call it? I think it was IRC lexer, get next token, yeah. And then we'll just pass in the parser, which has a pointer to a lexer. And then I'm going to get that. So we'll just do struct IRC token toke. And then, oh my gosh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, so we'll get the token, and then we'll go ahead and deallocate the previous token. So, but before I do that, I'll do parser current token equals toke, and then here I'm going to put a semicolon first, and then free. No. IRC token. What do I call it? Deallocate. I wonder what my pattern is. Deallocate IRC token. That's what it is. Okay, and then we'll just do parser current token, and then that should take care of that. So we should actually start seeing nothing but the prefixes going forward, at least in output. So let me go ahead and rerun the debugger here, and we'll see if it actually progresses. Okay, so it should though, but just in case. EOF, nice. EOF still, nice. Oh, colon, so we'll get our first prefix, and that should show up there. Go next, and we have a letter, which is T. Next. Okay, so let me go ahead and remove this breakpoint, and I think everything will be a-okay. Let's see here. Okay. I don't know where this is coming from. I imagine it's supposed to say card and then stop at the and do the .free no .net. Expecting token 4 but got 0 instead. So that'd be token colon. Interesting. Expecting token 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but got 0 instead. I wonder where that's happening at. I forget if I had like some debugging message put in there to make that easier on myself. Regardless, we do have an issue here. We need to figure this out, or at least I need to, because that's not right. So let me just make sure that, well, okay, I already know that that's the prefix being called. Right. Okay, so I need to figure out why the value is kind of truncating. It almost seems like there. Okay. So we know we're going to break at a space, and then, because I mean it's getting some of them correct. I don't know where the partials are coming in at. It'd be nice if I could just debug this with the real text, which I probably could. So why don't we go ahead and get the current line from wherever I'm at. And it looks like I'm already doing that, perhaps? No, not right there. Where's the E command at? Okay, where is that at? I'm going to have to do a search. There it is. So, before we deallocate that current token, let's go ahead and get that line. So, end if printf, and then I have a lexer, IRC lexer get current line, and then parser lexer. Hopefully this doesn't print too often. And then we need to do %s with one of those, and then let's go ahead and run our debugger. Interesting. Okay. Did I stop it? It seems like it's running right now. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, it looks like here is trying to get this again. So it almost seems like it's just repeating the same line over and over again. That's not right. Yeah, this is definitely not right. I wonder if it's repeating the whole process whenever it reaches a character there. That would suck. I think, well, we know that the I don't know if this is pulling the full line each time or not. Because it is going character by character. At least I think it is. Oh, I know why it's repeating that so often. Well, I'm an idiot. It's because I have that in the E token. So for every token it finds, it's going to print that out. That's not what I want. That's definitely not what I want. Oops. This is what I want. I want to know what line it broke on. Hopefully it'll tell us. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing special going on here. I wonder... This shouldn't be picking up just that card part. I wonder if... that there's a space somewhere. That doesn't make sense. We're trying to... Actually, kind of does if it reaches another... No, because the state machine should have it go to... if the state machine was correctly working, it wouldn't find another colon to try to parse out. Yet somehow it did. Got token, expecting token 4, but got 0 instead. Man. I wonder how many YouTube videos this is going to take me to get through. Doing anything with parsing and strings is like... Not a huge fan of it. But if I don't run into these problems, then I'll never really get any much better at creating a programming language, perhaps. At some point. So, gotta deal with the pain now. Might as well do it publicly for all to see. Wonder if there's a way in the... well... Just when you think you've found an issue or fixed an issue, another one pops up. Man, I wonder how often this parser thing is running. I wonder if I even get like an end of line token. Because if I get one of those, that's a good question. I wonder. That'd be good to know if I had an end of line token. Let's try that. I think what I can do is I can do IRC token is type parser current token IRC token end of life. Conditional breakpoints are my favorite. Oh, interesting. Well, that shouldn't have broke. That's not a new line. Maybe I need to have it like equal to 1. I don't know. True? I guess I don't think I'm returning an integer on that. So let me go ahead and redo it. I don't know why this breakpoint's not working. This should return false. Copy. Let's see what it actually looks like in Inspector here. No matching function call. Oh, geez. Token is token type. IRC token is token type. Well, okay. No matching function call for no known from int to what? Did I spell any of that right? Like parser current token, comma, IRC token EOL. No matching function call. No known conversion from int to IRC token type for second argument. Why would it think I have an int? I mean, okay. Whatever. We'll do this old school. Alright. Usually that's a nice feature that works quite well. IRC token, get current line, no. IRC token is token type, parser, current token, and then IRC token EOL. This is just for me to put a breakpoint. It's not for anything else. This will let us know for sure once we get in there. Or if we get in there. Okay, we definitely get in there. Alright, so at this point we've already gotten past a couple of those, so this is part of the issue. If it's EOL, we're just going to eat that and then progress it to the next line. So, eat token, parser, current token, IRC token, EOL. Okay. That should progress it to the next token, which should bring it to the next line. I need to change that to parser. And then we're good. You know, feel free to post comments into the comments there, or into the chat. I love it when people chat. All right, well, okay, so we're still getting that problem. Dang it. But this should progress it to the next spot after EOL, though. Maybe do I want to return null? Sure, why not? No message after EOL. Be nice if I could see the actual output from what's coming from the server. I would love to know what's going on here. And what character that's breaking on. It makes me keep thinking that oh. Well, there can't be another colon in the, unless it's for a port. Oh. uh, Dang. Okay. That brings up a good point. I didn't anticipate ports. Let me check the spec real quick. IRC specification. Let's see here. I'll just pull it on over. All right. Looks like in number 222. Was it 2.3? Okay. So let's see here. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Okay, so the prefix goes down to prefix, so it could be server name, nickname, or exclamation mark with user at host. So let's start with server name. Server name down here at the bottom is the host name. Host name can be a short name. So what's a short name? Letter or digit with many letter or digits with a hyphen. Letter or digit. Okay. IPC. Oh, okay, so we do have some opportunity for colons for the addresses here. So if we look at some other pieces here to this, we can also look at the host, which goes down to here, host name or host address, and then host address can be IPv4 or IPv6, and then that's where we can get some colons. Okay, so this is starting to make a whole lot more sense. Okay, right. So if we're in this state and we come across another one of those colons, we're going to go ahead and try to just ignore it. So IRC token colon. You know, I wonder if I'm going to run into other like weird edge cases like this within the prefix. Like, I wonder if I'm accounting for everything. Really, I think the only thing that we're not going to grab is numbers. So I need to think about that too, because there are, but numbers should also be handled by this token here. So the reason why I had to do check for letter specifically was because I ran into a weird issue with the NOSP, whatever this is. I'm just going to call it the NOSP token from here on out. And I ran into issues with that where the condition was all sorts of screwy. Where did I have that at? Not there. It was in the lexing where I'm trying to tokenize it. It was this line right here. So this is for like any character. You know, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that again. I think I'm just going to try to debug this, and I will figure out a way. Like, okay, so tonight's going to be a little interesting, I guess. I'm going to pause right here and try to figure out this is NOSP function here, because this is like super important and it's starting to getting a little ridiculous trying to check for all these stupid tokens. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that. So let's see here. What did I call it? I called it testy, and then yeah, and then I'm going to do this in a new window, and then I'm going to Google real quick on JetBrains on how to get the actual assembly for this. So JetBrains, or no, not JetBrains, CMake object. I think it's called, I think they're object files. Object files directory. Okay. Wow. Stack Overflow is set output directory for object libraries. Well, I don't want, maybe object's the wrong word. Dang it. I don't know how to, I thought they were called object files. CMake assembly files. Well, let's see if that shows anything. Maybe it'd be helpful if I bring this over here so we can do the searching together. Let's see. What? Trying to pass S for GCC. Set target properties. Okay, let me look at this CMake file real quick that I have right here. I want to make sure that I have the runtime output library set and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, I just lost the window. Where did I put it? I have no clue how to use my key commands. Okay, let's try this one here. Probably Alt-Tab would have worked. Didn't think about that. Okay. Let's reload changes. Okay, so that should make a bin file, but I don't know if that's where it's going to output to. So I think it's CMake. It's going to have something. Was it assembly? I can try that. Wow, no. Okay. Output. So that was runtime. Build. I wish it would like autocomplete like what I'm trying to look for here, because I don't know what I'm missing here. ASM compile object. You know what? I don't know. We'll just set CMake output archive. C output, Fortran output. Wow, none of this stuff I really want. Runtime output. Ooh, I don't know what compile PDB is. Maybe we don't. Maybe we want the archive. That seems right. Alright, let's reload the changes and do a build, and maybe we might see some directories show up. Okay, at least the bin. Okay, now we need to add the flags to it, I guess. Where did I put that screen at? Alright, trying to actually build my target and leave the, you can replace S with save temps and then do make my target. I don't, that doesn't help. Well, I don't know about S, but use save temps instead. So everyone's saying use save temps, at least for GCC. I think I'm using GCC here. I can double check that though. Going to File, Preferences, CMake. We're using Debug. Oh, we are not using GCC. So let's click Apply. Let's do that. Sweet. And then my target is the TESTE, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that there. And then what do they call it? Send. Oh, save temps. Save temps. Save temps. Save temps. Let's see if that does anything. All right, let's do a build. CMake files directory. Ooh, okay. That is not what I want. Where did it put them? I don't know what BC is. Alright, definitely a binary. Let's see what I is. Oh. What the hell? I wonder if that's like some include thing that I was trying to make. Oh, here we go. .s. Alright, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Alright, so I am on the Intel architecture. So that's what we're seeing here. So let's actually have a look. We'll go ahead and split this vertically, and then we'll go ahead and do a side-by-side compare to actually see what's going on. Okay, so we're looking for, I'm guessing line 9. I don't know what... Okay, I don't know what CMPL stands for, but compare something maybe, I don't know. Guessing these are locations of the variables. Fun fact, I've never done Intel architecture before. I've done MIPS, but not this. So this is going to jump to label 03. Where is that? Okay, so so I don't know. Oh my. Oh god, now we're getting the Apple bullshit. Return RETQ. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to do. So we know that this label is going to do something. 12. Why does this say line 12? Is this going to... Nothing's happening on the line 12. 12 column 3. It's like after the 0 there. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe this comments mean whatever's after that is line 12. So this would be the pushing 0 to the stack. And then returning execution of some sort. But we're going immediately to that. When we look up here, when we're trying to look for our, at least line 9. Okay, I'm going to have to look this up. I would love to know what this CMPL instruction set does. Okay. Compare. Okay, so. Okay. To summarize, your code is equivalent to compare A to B, jump if they are different. Okay. I don't know where that jump is, though. That must be the JNE. No, that's just going to the end. Well, we should see, like, the print, right? Like, if something's always true, we should see the print. So let me go ahead and do, figure out what the hex codes are again for the, for these here. And maybe not do them as strings instead, but do them as, actual decimals, so we can actually see, you know, since it's always true, then technically technically we should be printing things out. So if we'll just do 67 is greater than or equal to 59, and 67 is less than or equal to 255, then print hello world. Right? So when we run that, build it and then run it, and then run it, we do get hello world. So I guess the question is then what is, I mean, we know that character F is, well, we don't know. Oh yeah, we do know. So character is 99. So maybe it's just how I'm doing the comparison. Maybe that would suck if that's the case, but I don't understand why it would work in other areas of the program here. Because that is definitely true. F is equal to C. Well, this is technically the equivalent. Let's go ahead and, for sanity checking sake, oh, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. Oh. Oh, isn't that interesting? Well, I'll be damned. Okay, that was wrong. That was wrong. I did not mean to do that. I meant to put the EU right there. Oops. Negatives. What? Is that too high? E and E? Negative 18. Why are we getting all these negatives? What? Well, this could explain why nothing's working. Oh, decimals negative. Okay. Well, from two sides. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. I thought it was unsigned. I thought char was unsigned. Oh, this changes everything. I need to do the opposite. What is 255 in decimal? Then 250. Oh, 255 convert FF. All right, yeah, but okay, how much is it? It's a byte, right? So looking at char is not a byte. Well, it is 2 to the 8th. Okay, so let me do my Alfredi thing, because Alfredi has calculators into it. Oh, I can't seem to drag it across screens. Okay, I'll just open up a calculator. And then drag it on over to our fancy binary calculator. So maybe I don't want to do that. Dang it. I'm all sorts of screwy today. If people are watching this and they're like, "Oh, you're doing weird things." Great. I'm having brain farts all over the place. I got to do this on Alfred. It's just so much easier for me. If it didn't quit. Okay. So character should be a byte, right? So that's 2 to the 8th minus 1. So it should be 128. So 128 is, so because we're doing 2's complement, we have to minus 1 from there. So so it's generally 2 to the 8th minus 1 for 0 to 255. and then, but 2 to the, in parentheses, 8 minus 1, so 2 to the 7th, gives us 128. So I need to figure out what the, of 128 is. The 80. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. The hex is 80, so... Wow, maybe I was thinking about this all wrong from the beginning. Well, that'd be super embarrassing. What was it? 80? X80? We're still not seeing yep. So let's see what it actually should be. 120. Oh, negative 128. Why is it negative? That don't make sense. Maybe it's 127 is what I really want. Ah, jeez. 7F. Maybe 7F. And we finally have it all working. Oh my gosh. So the reason why I had XFF there originally, and this is probably like bad on my part, is because of this in the spec. That's probably my fault for just assuming everything was going to be A-okay. In unsigned land, that would have been fine, but in signed land, that is most certainly not fine. So, interesting. So really, I didn't need to look at the binary at all, or the assembly at all, but it's good to know. I was always curious what the what some of my programs would look like in assembly form. All compiled in there. So it'd be nice if there were more comments. I wonder if there's a setting I can do to make more comments be in there, especially when it's in debug mode. In that case, why don't I go ahead and check that out real quick. Let's go see what happens when I actually put this into debug mode. This may not actually work, but it's worth a shot. If anything, it adds that compile time flag that I can use. This update should have. Let's reload changes. Build. Let's have a look. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Okay. Sweet. Well, okay, that was okay. Well, that's one problem solved. So that's good. That's really good because now I can just get rid of this nonsense. And not care. Okay. And then where was I? So now I need to actually fix it in my Lexer here. So we're looking for 7F at this point. And that was my mistake the whole time. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Now the compiler is super happy with me. All right, so so that should take care of every character according to spec. Where are we at? Let's see here. Any octet except for null, carriage return, line feed, space, and that. So this is perfect. So this should account for everything. So If it is a colon, we're going to go ahead and eat it and leave it alone. Otherwise, it's going to be this, and that's okay. So let's actually test things out. Let's make sure everything's a-okay. It should no longer break. Still weird getting this piece here, but at least we should no longer have the expecting colon thing any longer. And we don't. Okay, so expecting token 4, we got 6 instead, so that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we were expecting EOL, but we got 4, so it was here, is when this broke. We were expecting that, but we got line ending. You know what? I'm starting to think if... You know what? What if I'm doing this all wrong? What if I just, you know, oh, I don't know. If it's that, if it's not that, just continue. Up it and continue. What if I just do that instead? That seems like logically way more easier to do. So if, well, before I do that, let's go ahead here and here say if it's not that, just go ahead and increment it. So if it is not this here, token. Okay, so if it's not that, then we're just going to prefix length, and then okay, so we're always going to do that. So then now I can move it down here. Okay, so we're always going to up it, and then if it's not any of those things, then we're going to well, we have to advance it, so... Oh, that's the problem. We have to advance it. So if it's not that, then go ahead and advance it. Otherwise, we're just going to eat it. So the IRC get next token. I do have an advanced here. Hold on, let me see what the E token is. I'm thinking about maybe I should just like... Instead of doing the eat, maybe I should have like some sort of custom advance. I think I'll do that just to make it a little bit easier. E token. Parser. Pointer to a parser, and then we're going to do that. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong click. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and create the force advance. It's going to go ahead and throw it down here on the bottom. This is where we're going to, I'm just going to copy and paste from the E token, because this is all we really want to do. And we're going to replace this with force advance, and then we're just going to do parser. And then I'm going to inline it, because this is pretty trivial. Not that this is going to give us that much of a speed boost, honestly, but at least it is one call stack thing away. And then I'm going to go ahead, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the force advance, parser, and then leave it as that. Okay. So if token is not that, then go ahead and force advance it. Otherwise, eat it, and then continue on its merry way until it gets to a space. All right. Hopefully nothing breaks anymore. Oh boy. We are getting somewhere. This still sucks though. I don't know why this is still a problem. I need to fix that. That's so lame. Like, look at this shit. Like, it's just FRE, and then it's just like, oh, we're gonna stop it right there. This actually might give us a clue. I don't think this is right. There should not be a space, like, at all. Because when we get to the next token, we wanted to break this loop, and then, or to the space, and then we want to break and then advance to the next state, which is the command state. And here, I'm just going to ignore this, and because it already does the deallocation, so I'm just going to do the force advance here, make it easier on myself. Ooh, I wonder if I'm also need to get to this piece here where this would probably... Oh, you know what? Maybe this is where I'm screwing up too. So, dang, okay. State machines for the win. Okay, so I'm checking for a line ending somewhere around here. I'm just going to remove these comments because they're no longer needed. So I'm checking for a line ending somewhere up here. I don't want to do that. I mean, I do, but I don't want to. What I really want to do is I want to copy that. Get rid of all this nonsense. Get rid of this nonsense too, because clearly it's been commented out and we haven't used it at all. Okay, so what I want to do instead in my next state, I'm just going to progress it to the next state all the way to here. So I'm not going to force it. Okay, so I was trying to force it like not even one character at a time. So that's probably why that was all screwy. So what I need to do instead is while true. Just do that. Do a while true, and if it ever gets to this point, we're going to eat it. Otherwise, we're going to force advance, and then we're going to get rid of this part here, and we're just going to break it. Okay. So then this way, this will go through every single remainder of the string until we reach the end of the line, and then stop it. Maybe, this might have been the actual problem all along. Yep. Progress. Look at that. A whole slew of them are about to come. Here we go. This is awesome. This was like a lot of work to get to the point to where we're parsing out fully all the prefixes to the commands. This is super exciting for me. This was a long time coming. That's awesome. Look at that. All the prefixes. We were so close to actually do some fun things with Elasticsearch. Super close. I can't believe I didn't see that before until now. It's amazing. Like, the problem with doing live streaming is that it's a lot harder than it sounds. Like, I don't know if anyone has ever sat in on a presentation at a meetup or anything like that before, but you know what those people do if they ever end up doing like live coding, like they've either practiced forever before they got to the point where they're on stage, or they didn't practice at all. And you can really tell the difference between the two. Like, the people who don't practice their coding or their presentation prior to the presentation and then end up doing live coding actually end up like really almost ruining their presentation, almost like because they get, stage fright, or they get nervous as they're coding up there, and it's just no fun. Contrast that to the people who actually do prepare, ahead of time, and their presentations go super smoothly. Their live coding is just flawless. So sorry that this, all of you are kind of like bearing with me on this one, but it's all in good fun. We're learning things as we go. And I learned how to do parsing now. That I'm going to use this as the basis for how I'm going to handle the next piece, which is the command. So, with that said, the command is one of two things. It is either trying to get to here. Okay, so the command is our next piece. So it's either a letter, or one or many letters, or a three-digit code. So that's what we're looking for next. So this should actually be not super bad, because a command is going to stop until it hits probably a colon, I think. I need to look at what params is. Let's look at params. So it's okay. So it starts with a space. So we're going to be looking for a command up to a space. So this is, again, space delimited. It doesn't say so like immediately, but if we actually look at the params, it's either zero. I mean, it's up to some sort of space. I'm pretty sure, at least. I've yet to come across a command where there's no space before. I don't know why the developers of the spec didn't, like. I think this is saying 1 or 0 or many, or 14 or many or something, up to a space in a middle. I don't know what a middle is. I'm not familiar with reading the syntax, so that's that. Wow, would you look at the time? We're already an hour in. Okay, well, actually, I think we're kind of at a really good stopping point. So I'm just going to go through my whole spew, my closing notes. So once again, I can be found at YouTube, Twitch, Fred Law. Looking at the bottom right here, there's a link to YouTube and GitHub. Source code can be found at GitHub underneath repositories, Elastic IRC Bot, and this is where the code will show up. Today's commits will be 2018-08, I don't know, 10, and then this is video 14. So this will all be going up tonight, and that's it for this week. I will be coming back next week. Usually my deal is Wednesday through Fridays, around in between 6:30ish through 7ish, is typically when I do these live streams. So I hope to see all of you then. Also, please don't be afraid to comment on the YouTube videos. I would love to have some of comments going on. But yeah, alright, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Ooh, now I need to close it. I should bind this, but